Hi everyone, it's Jen from Mind's Eye, and we're going to go ahead and do the weekly A Look into the Unknown, the psychic medium reading of obscurities, and it is May 6th all the way through the 20th, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to go see exactly what's going on. I have to say it is a little bit of a fray out, and when the fray out comes like about it in a way unknown, where you have to get it gone, that you can't even like see it coming. So when you see it coming and you can't even do, you literally have to say like boo by you. And that's where we came to the point of Marie Laveau. And Marie Laveau, who was like a voodoo practitioner, but I'm seeing a little bit more hoodoo at times with her. It's really hard when you're practicing a type of witchcraft that you can't see it coming. So when you look at it through, you can't even see it through and true and like to the highest point unknown. So when I look at this and I say it really is a struggle that's coming in over the next like few weeks, there's nothing like a cutaway or a logic where it actually makes you like, oh God. It will cause a bit of a chaos and it is energy, but I'm saying paperwork. And when I'm saying paperwork, you can't even be it hard enough. So when I see this, that there is no naivety, but there really is no emotion, but it is a young, like nasty emotion. Like it's just like a pop off the hot off the press where this young author comes in and says, yes, like go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. And it seems like grandiose thought, but maybe it is a run with it. It seems a little hostage and it seems a little like deceitful, but you can't even see it coming. There's no like weakness or anything like that, to the point where you see it and you say it really has to do with everything that is about this devil card. And this devil card shows like addictions and it shows inhibitions and it shows everything that's criminal, everything about the mind, body, and soul that is like addicted to something. And when you see it, it really is like this celebration, this get together. It is like a celebratory attitude, and it sits honorably, but you can't even believe it. It's right there in front of your nose. And you see it, there really was no like go through it on a prudency path, but you really can't be happy with it whatsoever. It seems so dishonorable to the like the point they're saying misogyny, that you say, where is the misogyny? Where is the toxic masculinity? And then the money actually comes through. And so when you see it, it's really not like secured or planted. And I'm just getting like premonitions already, like of like mosquitoes, gnats, ticks, and everyone's outside, but they're not attuned. They're not attuned. You can't hear it, but then it's wishes fulfilled. And when you see it, it's highly dictative to like a draw out of ill justice. And it's not the best of balance, but it's a sharp ending. It's not an actual death. When you actually look at this death card with justice, it is like a cut to it where it will say like DONE, that type of cut. And you really just have to watch through it to the highest hard like point. But when you look at it and you say temperance and it is balanced, you can't even really come through it. So it is this like hard finality of relief. And hard finality is almost like too much reality at once. And then you see it and then it's skilled. And then you look and then you're like, this is dirty of something not right, because the Queen of Pentacles upright really means they sat well, they sat secure, they know oneself to one's own self, like self-ownership. And you look at the Kentucky Derby and it's, you know, this horse race that comes in, that sovereignty. And then you look and you say, what is this? What is this? And you go to the Page of Wands in reverse, and there really isn't anything of a tude. Anything of a tude. What does that actually mean? That's highly like not right. When you look at it, it's working of oneself, of like these intuitive downloads, these psychic downloads, these instinctive remembrances coming and drawing out, that all of a sudden you get this hinkling that something is true. All right. What do we need to know over the next 3 weeks? White Sage Tarot. What do we need to know? So this one is a little hard. It is a bit of a shuffle. It is a knockout. It is a pace, a pence, a penance. It is a pace of a gaze to give a done. But really, you can't even get done with it. You really can't. It really is an infinite resolve. So when you see this and you say the Page of Swords, and it really flies by night on a cutout to dishonor, to like new money offerings, to no teamwork, to all of a sudden you sit there and you go, that's not really what we saw. There's really no happiness, but they're psychic. And you go, there it is. Is it falsehood? You can't even see it coming. All of a sudden you say, no. Sometimes people can do a pickup. And they can pick up correctly 100% after illegal substances. So we're still back on the track of how illegal substances can obscure something up to a lock and a block. And then it actually comes into judgment. And when it comes in through judgment, it actually ends up being greedy, hoarding within. And then it causes chaos. And when it causes chaos, it goes to the point of this Knight of Cups in reverse and says, should I take that back? I'm imbalanced. And it comes charging through all forms. All forms. So when I see this and I see this, and it's a new journey, it's a new step forward, you have to go through. You have to go through. Here we go. So when we run it down and we run it through, we're going to go to the Wild Unknown Tarot. And you can't even see it coming. You can't even be. You can't even be. Here we go. You go to this and you see the Six of Cups, and it's happened before. And it's happened before. It's a memory that you don't want, but it is a memory that is a good one. So you do one of these, and then you say the Five of Swords. You can't even do a dig on it. And then you go, then here it is. This is where they wanted it. This is the Emperor upright. And when you see the tree, and then you see the sun, and then you see the devil, you go, there it is. It goes in deep, all the way down to where we talk about where it has this fiery new beginning, all the way down to Warlock. Always remember that Warlock can be gender neutral. And then when you say Wizard, Wizard is gender neutral, Witch is gender neutral. But really, it comes down to the type, even through Magician, that style where you can't even do Doja, and you can't even do Catalina, and you can't even be like the Be It Be or anything. But when I'm saying it, it's like toxic masculinity. Some things come in on a cast in and a cast out, depending how deep the end is in, whether it's cultural or heritage or ethnicity or anything of the race of the country, on how they practice religion also, that they do ends, that it is true that you have to actually watch it. So when you actually watch it, it goes to honor, clearing and cleansing and attuning all the way through. It's really hard to get it out with Reiki. It's really hard to do it with craniopsychotherapy, even fire Reiki. You can't even like really cast that out. It goes in so deep that you actually probably need antibiotics. You actually need to go like on a protocol getting it out of you first. So a lot of these times that you're actually like practicing your religion through witchcraft or coven, that you have to be careful. But some people have practiced it in another life. They're just going to do it automatically. They're just going to do it automatically and just do it over and over and over and over and over. That is where we're saying it's toxic. So is it sorcery? Is it anything of anything to the highest point? It really is unknown. It really is unknown. So that is where they're not attuned. You have to be balanced. You have to be clear. You have to be sober. You have to like literally make sure there's nothing upon and nothing within when you do a practice like that. So when you actually have criminals doing these things and they're really down to almost a bone on some things, depending on how they are, that is where this like whole new thing opens up. So where is this obscurity coming from? It really comes from like north. And when it comes down from north, it comes down to the sun, which is SOL, down to the water, and all the way down. So it really all depends on where you are, where your down is, to where it is dictative. Like, let me tell you, whoever is, you look at this and you see the high priestess, it is true. Is this why they're saying that we need a witch hunt? Is it good or bad? Depending on how they practice, if it's legal and lawful and they follow adherences of terms, that you can't even see it coming. So when you see the magician in reverse, it could be trickery. It could be good trickery for safety's sake, especially with a criminal. Especially with a criminal. Like you look at it and it's like greedy. And then you see the Son of Pentacles and you say, young. But then we see this and you see the Seven of Swords. It's no can do. And then you go, halt, stop. Already know. Already do. Illusional and delusional. So that is one of the things that is hard, that is obscuring exactly what's going on. So when you see Marie Laveau and you see anything of these like deep dives that come in, that you can't even believe how hard it is to get anything done. Anything done. Because they're already right there. So here we go. Play an article. What else do we need to know about obscurity? What usually is coming out? They don't even have to really do anything. Anyone who's doing illegal substances, they literally can just sit right there. Energy work. Rooted light literally tells me that it is truly energy work. Sometimes it's just sitting there. And then they did exactly what they needed to do. And when you see this card, service, and it really is this whole like new beginning. So you really have to be careful. And then when they see it, it probably is all like terms and realms where they say they're guarded. Because they're not in the clear sound mind. They're not in the right mind. And then they see it and they say, they saw it, they heard it. They can literally hear frequencies. They can see sound. And then they start doing their games because they get caught in. And then you look at it and I have to say, this is almost a trolling, a mother-father healing. Absolutely. To the point of taking chances. And then you look at this and you say, the golden egg. Where is this golden egg? How they can literally like keep going and like regenerate, on a lack of a better term, to get it done. Here we go. Animal Slayer Oracle. What else do you need to know? It really comes in as a must of a bust. I'm seeing a butterfly, a fly by night, and then I see everything that wants to do. But it really has to do with this. It has to do with shark. It has to do with clear water. It has to do with how it goes all the way through to the tree, to the swamp. And that's where, you get to rise up, where you all want to sit like this because you said, what actually just happened? Even if not. So when, you actually are like attuned to the earth, to everything, you have to sit and say, I heard the hawk. But the panther literally rolls through to the vulture, to the lamb, to the crocodile. It's like every culture and ethnicity and races have literally seen this incident before. So when you see frog, it actually solidifies everything. Solidifies. So when I see oyster, by that time I'm probably popping off because I saw it, I heard it, I felt it, and it's true, and I just can't get it out. Here we go. Let's go to the Light Seers Tarot. Not the best of emotions, especially around the 20th. Over the next 2 weeks, everyone's trying to figure it out and trying to do close out contracts and close new things coming through on a halt stop. I don't know why I'm saying that, but basically it goes to this incomplete cycles, incomplete everything's, and it's just you want to toss something up in the air, and then all of a sudden it's guard it. You got to be protective and you got to be grounded, meditative almost, because you saw it. You absolutely saw it coming through. That's when the marriages and the contracts actually come in. That's when anything like a business partnerships come in. That's when new relationships come in. It's very common, especially with Beltane. So what do we need to know about Beltane? About Cinco de Mayo, all of these big events through Easter, Passover. It's about solidifying gold. And when you solidify gold, it's new life. And when it's new life, you can't do it anything done. You have to keep it going and keep putting life into it. That's what spring is all about. And when you see it and you see this, it actually grows justice, where you can confidently walk away, you can make a turning point, and then you can literally see it right through. So when you see it, and there really is, like I said, there's no logic coming in, and they keep taggering through. You have to say that they were working it well. And when you look through it, you see the Seven of Cups, and you can't figure it out on the table, but it's secured, highly secured, all the way through. And you can even see the sands of time in this picture, where it comes in through, and you can't even see it coming, to the point where you say the Hermit is sitting right there. Sometimes you got to be alone, like I said, to actually figure out these enigmas, to these anagrams, to anything of puzzling event. So when I see it, there is hidden motives at times, and sometimes it's okay because maybe it's based on security clearance. So with that being said, that's all we have to do for reading about obscurities. There really isn't much. Any questions or concerns, leave a like, a comment, a share, an email. It's greatly appreciated, and we'll talk to you soon.